Have you ever wondered what life might look like if alcohol wasn't a factor? Welcome back to the Quit Drinking Alcohol podcast. I'm Dylan Reed, a certified professional recovery coach, and I'm here to help you explore life without alcohol. In our last episode, I introduced myself and shared a bit about my journey to sobriety. Today, we're going to dive into a big question, one that might be sitting at the back of your mind, or one that you're trying to figure out for yourself right now. Why sobriety? Why choose an alcohol-free life? If you're listening, you might already have some ideas in mind. Maybe you've noticed that alcohol is holding you back in some way, or maybe you're just curious about what life might look like without alcohol. Whatever brought you here, I'm glad that you joined me because today we're going to be diving into the benefits of sobriety. I'll explore insights on the positive changes that you'll notice in your health, relationships, and personal growth when you leave alcohol behind. This isn't about depriving us of anything. This is about discovering what's on the other side. So let's explore why saying goodbye to alcohol isn't about missing out on anything, but about creating a life that is richer, healthier, and more fulfilling. Before I jump into the research-backed benefits of sobriety, I want to share a little bit about my own experience. When I first decided to quit drinking, I hadn't fully realized how much of my life it was going to impact. Like most people, I was concerned about how it was affecting my health and how it was stealing my energy. But as I began to move forward, I started noticing so many more changes, things that I hadn't expected. For one, my relationship started improving in ways that I hadn't anticipated. I was showing up as my best self, fully present and invested, whether it was at work or with my loved ones. I found myself being more patient, more reliable, and more compassionate. I had more clarity, and I was actually enjoying the moments that I'd previously coasted through or even ignored. And then there was the personal growth. Without alcohol, I felt like I had a newfound capacity for self-reflection. I could see myself more clearly, notice my own patterns, and focus on the things that truly mattered to me. I felt more empowered and genuinely excited about my own potential. I realized that sobriety wasn't about missing out on anything. It was about opening doors to things that I hadn't even considered. And that's why I'm here sharing this with you. If I could find all of this on the other side of alcohol, I believe you can too. All right, let's get into it. What are the real benefits of sobriety? I know from my own experience that these benefits show up in many different areas of life, and it isn't just about our physical health. It's about creating a life that feels full, purposeful, and is genuinely enjoyable. But first, let's talk about the major areas that people notice the biggest changes when they've decided to quit drinking. First up is physical health. It's no surprise that removing alcohol from the equation does wonders for the body. You're going to feel more energized, sleep better, and notice improvements in areas like digestion, skin health, and overall physical fitness. Alcohol takes a toll on nearly every system in the body, and once it's out of the picture, your body can begin to heal. One of the biggest things that people notice after they quit drinking alcohol is their natural energy levels return. They wake up feeling more refreshed, have more stamina throughout the day, and just feel physically better. Next is mental clarity. Alcohol clouds our thinking, and over time, it can even change the way our brains function. When we stop drinking, that cloud begins to lift, and we get to experience mental clarity that's sharper, more focused, and less affected by mood swings. You're more in control of your thoughts and emotions, and that can lead to better decision-making and a much stronger sense of personal peace. Sobriety also has a huge impact on relationships. I've noticed, and I think many others do too, that when you're sober, you're able to really connect with people. You're more present, more engaged, and more open. Relationships with family, friends, and even coworkers become stronger, healthier, and more genuine. When alcohol isn't getting in the way, you're able to show up as your best self. Finally, there's the area of personal growth. When you take away alcohol, you gain a new capacity for self-reflection and self-improvement. You're able to see yourself clearly and recognize areas where you want to grow. It might be exploring new hobbies, setting meaningful goals, or just finding out who you are without the influence of alcohol. Sobriety opens up a whole new world of possibilities and gives you the freedom to pursue what really matters to you. So when people ask, why sobriety? These are just a few of the reasons. It's about gaining a healthier body, a clearer mind, deeper relationships, and a stronger sense of self. It's about creating a life that feels fully yours and truly fulfilling. Now, let's talk about a few of the common misconceptions about sobriety because I know they can hold people back. One of the biggest myths I hear is that life without alcohol is somehow boring or that you're missing out. But the reality is, it's the opposite. Without alcohol, you're more present, more engaged, and you have a chance to fully enjoy the moment without the haze. You're able to find excitement, joy, and fun in things that are genuine rather than relying on a temporary high. Another misconception is that sobriety means isolation. I think a lot of people worry that giving up alcohol means losing their social life or being excluded. But in truth, sobriety can open up new opportunities for connection. You might find yourself making more meaningful connections and having deeper conversations. Plus, there are growing communities of people who are choosing to live alcohol free, so you're far from alone in this journey. And by the way, just because you don't drink doesn't mean that you can't spend time with people who do. Finally, there's the fear that sobriety is too hard or that it's all about restriction. I get it. When you're used to drinking, the idea of never having another drink can feel overwhelming. But sobriety isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. It's about making a choice to live your life on your own terms rather than letting alcohol call the shots. And the more you invest in this journey, the more natural it feels. Over time, it becomes less about what you're giving up and more about what you're gaining. So if you've been on the fence about giving up alcohol because of the misconceptions, I want you to consider this. Sobriety is a chance to redefine what fun, connection, and freedom look like for you. It's about discovering a new kind of life, one that's rich, full, and completely yours. All right, now that we've covered some of the incredible benefits of sobriety and cleared up a few common myths, let's take a moment to reflect. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance you're already curious about what an alcohol-free life could look like for you. Maybe you're already seeing some of the ways alcohol might be holding you back, or maybe you're just interested in exploring the possibilities. So here's a question for you to consider. What would you like to experience or accomplish if alcohol wasn't a part of your life? Take a moment to think about that, whether it's about health, relationships, personal goals, or just a general feeling of well-being. If you're up for it, try writing down 3 things that you think would improve or open up if you quit drinking. This doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It could be as simple as wanting to wake up, feeling more refreshed, having more time for things you enjoy, or feeling more in control of your life. Reflection is such an important part of this journey because sobriety isn't just about quitting something. It's about making room for the things that matter most. So I encourage you to take some time today or over the next few days to think about what those things are for you. Because at the end of the day, that's what makes sobriety meaningful. Focusing on what you're gaining rather than what you're giving up. So that's it for today. We've explored the why behind sobriety and looked at some of the powerful benefits it can bring, whether it's about better health, clearer thinking, stronger relationships, or deeper personal growth. There's so much to gain by choosing an alcohol-free life. And remember, this isn't about missing out. It's about creating a life that's full, balanced, and completely yours. If today's episode got you thinking about your own why, I encourage you to take those reflections to heart. And if you're ready, write them down somewhere you can come back to. These thoughts can serve as a reminder and a motivator whenever you need a boost. Thanks for joining me today. If you found this episode helpful, please consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who might benefit from it. And if you're ready to dive even deeper, be sure to tune in for the next episode where we'll be talking about how to recognize the signs of problematic drinking. It's going to be a valuable conversation, and I hope to see you there.